Hi, my name is Sarah Beery. This is my slide for Module 5, Understanding My Community. I work at Earhart Environmental Magnet in Wichita, and we focus on environmental themes and camping. This is, oh, I don't know how, this is a picture I took while camping with my students, so I really feel like it shows what my school and my community is about. So our custom and tradition I feel like is really what makes our school. So we focus on growing environmentally aware children, and our school motto is "No Child Left Indoors." Our biggest undertaking is camping. We take all of our students camping, both in fall and spring. Kindergarten, first grade students go for one night or one day. Second grade, third grade students go for one night and 2 days, and then fourth and fifth goes for 2 nights and 3 days out of state. So our staff has become very knowledgeable in both district curriculum and magnet environmental curriculum that we have created especially for our school. Our families are highly involved because they have to be for our program. We have very large co-op run by parents that helps to support the school. Our school has had very little change over the years. Many staff members have been at the school for decades. I actually went to school at Earhart, and many of the staff members that I work with were actually my teachers. When change does happen, though, some people, including parents, are resistant. So because we have very little change, that can cause problems. Knowing our population characteristics. Okay, so our school serves pre-K through 5th grade, and last year we had 433 students. We have no ESOL program, so students in our neighborhood who need ESOL services actually go to our nearest neighbor, which is Ortiz Elementary. So we have very low need for language services. Our demographic information, we have about a quarter Hispanic, and then 62% Caucasian is our highest percentage. Our minorities are Native American at 2.7%, 0.2% Asian, and 2.9% African American. We are not a title school. We were title for 1 year, I believe, in 2011, something like that. But at this point, we have 40.8% free lunches and 11.5% reduced lunches. Our communication channels that we use are Synergy. Our district uses Synergy across the board. It can send text messages, emails to parents. Parents can check grades, send direct messages to teachers. I find that I use email most frequently with my parents. Our community mostly is working parents, so I feel like that's the easiest way to get a hold of them. We also use ParentLink, which is a recorded phone call that our principal or someone can send out with information, and they can time to call at a certain hour, and the parents pick up and receive information. We also utilize district and school Facebook, and I feel like overall our community uses social media for information. Many of my students don't have cable, so I feel like the news really is outdated in our community. These are my kiddos on their computers receiving information. So our community groups. Well, we are a magnet school, so we work a lot with the district magnet office, coming together and working with our theme. We recently became one of the only school in Kansas to have American Heart Association Learning Garden, so we've gotten community groups through that. This picture actually shows some Via Christi volunteers helping our students put together our learning garden, build the raised gardens. So we have Via Christi and American Heart Association community helping us. We also partner with local churches. Our Coleman Company supports our camping, and then we also have a partnership with the Sedgwick County Zoo. We also use co-op often, and they drum up other people to help support us. We have many teachers that are in the district union, UTW, so we have ties with that. Knowing our leadership in our school, well, because of our longevity of our staff, we have to really know the people's expertise and tap into it when we can. Our staff has a wealth of knowledge. For example, the lady on the left in this picture is like the camping guru at our school. So we just have to know who has what experience, and we were really good at using that. Our new staff coming in are greeted from the veteran staff and really offered lots of help, and I feel like that is really helpful for our new staff that comes in. We also have a district initiative MTSS leadership team, a person from each grade level coming together and speaking on topics. We have administration, which is just our one principal, and then our goal for this year is to work better vertically, so across grade level rather than just in grade level teams, and to use each other as more of a wealth of knowledge. Our community leaders' characteristics. Well, our MTSS team is really our core leadership in our school. So it's made from a member of each team. We create goals and incentives, and then we present those at staff meetings. We act as liaisons on committees. On many of the committees in our building, we take on different tasks, especially the environmental themes and camping, and then we come back. One person is on each committee, and then we come back together to talk on our progress and our needs. One of the most important things about our school is that we are really all free to speak opinions and work together. Everybody is seen as important, and we're very open and welcoming, and I think this picture really shows our vivacious staff and that we really do just all get along and work well together. Economic conditions. Our operating budget for the USD 259 was $594 million, just over $594 million. A couple line items. Transportation is a big spender in our district with $29 million, and then the biggest is instruction, so teacher salaries at $332 million. Well, we're currently on a salary freeze until we get the final numbers from the state budgets. And so that is why I put my sweet little Jenny doing her meditating in the middle of the prairie, because sometimes we gotta take a deep breath talking about Kansas economics. Our political structure starts with the Wichita Board of Education. And then we have our superintendent, John Allison, and then we have several assistant superintendents for both primary and secondary schools. And then we have our building administration, which I said at our building is just our head principal. And then because we don't have a assistant principal, we have a teacher in charge, which is this lovely lady with her My Future is Bright outfit on. Our social tensions. We have very involved parents at co-op, which is awesome, but it can also be a hardship because many of these families have been at the school for literally a decade or longer. Maybe they went to school there and now they have kids there, or they've lived in the neighborhood forever. So it can be really hard for new parents and new families to come in and feel like they have a place in our school. So we try to be really thoughtful about that. To be really welcoming to the new parents. We have a changing demographic. We were a highly Caucasian school for a long time, and our neighborhood is starting to change to be more Hispanic. So while this diversity is a great change to see diversity in our school, it is a change that brings about some different dynamics that we have to be thoughtful about. We also had a district-wide boundary change that greatly affected our school district. It made our district much smaller, so many families that generally would go to Earhart were not pegged to go to Earhart anymore. So we're having issues with people trying to find rental homes and those kind of things in our school district. Extra sources of information that parents can get from our district and from our school is Synergy, which also has a school website and profiles. They can access their students' grade book and see up-to-date grades. On the Wichita Public Schools website, they can see safe and civil school surveys, and they can also find minutes from board meetings and all budget information. The school website also has staff profiles and blogs that teachers can utilize to share information with parents. Our power structures are that we utilize district incentives that come to us, and we know that we're mandated to use. And then our administration and our MTSS facilitators make sure that we are being held accountable to using those, doing those incentives and the correct curriculum. Then we have teacher leaders who are in charge of team meetings, making sure we're taking minutes and being on time. And then we also have parents and our co-op that supports us. Our multicultural issues, or that I spoke on before, we have a growing Hispanic population. So it's not necessarily causing problems, I would say, but it is just a changing dynamic that we feel like we need to be aware of. We have a very high population of boys. One year I had 14 boys and 7 girls in my class. So that really makes an interesting dynamic in our school too. A lot of rowdiness. We create understanding by sharing common experiences such as camping. So really we come together through all cultural issues and join in commonalities. And we get to know all the families on deeper levels while camping. We have school traditions such as our watermelon feed, fall festival, thankful feast, Earth Day, and family involvement days that really bring all cultures together. Our power structures are that we use CHAMPS for our behavior management. Through CHAMPS, we came up with common area policies. We use CHAMPS bucks, which is like an award incentives in the whole following directions, and we use monthly assemblies and awards. This is a picture of a monthly assembly where we had a recycle fashion show. Students can get trophies and awards based on class or individual behavior. And then I feel like our next step is that we need more aligned teacher expectations so that kids are held accountable across the board. Our public opinion surveys come from Safe and Civil Schools, and they're given at every conference. They're taking on computers, and they measure perception. I'm not sure what happened to my picture on this. But these are some of our public opinion polling. Staff members are supportive of students, and data shows that 100% of parents agree with this, while 85.1% strongly agree. Staff members encourage students to do their best, with 100% agreement and 85.1% strongly agree. Parents and families who visit the school are welcomed and treated with respect and encouraged to come back. Also, staff provides help when parents and families ask for or need it, is 100% of the time, and 83% strongly agree. Students are proud of being part of the school, 100% agree. So I really feel like these points really show how we are as a staff, that we are supportive, that our school is just like a family. And I hope that you got a good picture of what my school community is like. Thanks.